All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you all doing today? Let me just check some things here real quick. Make sure audio and visual is good. It's been a minute since we've been on. All right. We're looking good. We're looking good. So, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Well, morning, I should say. It is still 11 o'clock. My apologies. But, anyways, we are here. I just felt led this morning. I was in some time of prayer, and this just kind of dropped into my heart. And I wanted to hop on today and share this with you, along with some pretty exciting announcements that we have coming up today. So I want to just take a couple seconds here and just greet you and say hello. Do me a favor. I know it is midday, and it's normally not when I come on. However, I want to just make sure that everything is good. Yep. Okay. So I just want to go ahead and greet you. I want the opportunity to say hello to you because it has been a minute since we have been on. So when you come in, whether you're catching this live or you're catching this in replay, do me a favor and just say hello. Let me know where you're watching from today. If you catch us in replay, put in the comment box, #replay. I would love the opportunity just to connect with you today. I'm so excited about just a few minutes that I have rather, that I want to just release this encouragement to you, because I think it's important to really go back to the basics of the important thereof itself regarding the topic of vision. And so, again, I was just spending some time in meditation and prayer, and I was just reading some material and doing some study on this particular topic. And there was a few things that just jumped into my heart. And I wanted to just hop on live today, and I wanted to just share this with you with the hopes and expectation that by the time that we conclude the few moments that I have here with you this morning, that you are going to leave with an ignited version of your vision. And when I say ignited version of your vision, it's not because vision all the way is not there or present. It's because sometimes it just needs to be refocused. Sometimes it just needs to be reignited. It needs to be realigned. And that is my hope. That is my expectation for this morning, is that you watch this live. And during this live, you have an opportunity to reignite and realign your vision. So again, I greet you today. I hope all is well with you. I want to go ahead and dive in it just for sake of time, because I know it is kind of Monday, midday, I should say, not necessarily Monday. It's Friday, but in terms of midday, where people's schedule are a little just, all over the place. And again, hopefully we have some people that catch this in replay. I want to give you some announcements, and I'm going to repeat them at the end in case if people come in and out. But we have some exciting information to share with you. Number one, we have been talking about this book and website launching for a long, long time now. We are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, with it. There are some promo material that is about to be released. So I'm asking everybody to just keep your eye open for that. I had started writing this book with the intention of dispelling, living a regret-free life, and really what does that mean, and how to overcome that, and how to live a future of regret-free. And as I was in the middle of the studying of it, as I was in the middle of the writing of it, I just felt led to go in a different direction of it. And under the, unction of God, I retitled it Overcoming Morning Mountains. Okay, now when we say morning mountains, we think like good morning, right? Like the vision of just a canvassed skyline of mountaintops when the sun is rising in the morning. You have this beautiful picturesque vision of it. But morning is not necessarily the AM. Morning as an MOUR, like in morning. Like what are the mountains that cause parts of morning of our life, and how do we overcome those to make sure that we are living as successful as we need to live? So the book pretty much went through a whole revamp with it, which is why it's been taking some extra time, but we are near the end of that, so I'm super, super excited about it. And for those of you that have locked in with 15 Minutes of Faith and the 15 Minutes of Faith family, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your consistency in running that journey with me. We are taking a little bit of a pivot with it, and it is going to be launched this year. I'm super excited about it, but it is going to be launched this year as an official podcast. So when you're in your car, in your office, if you're getting up for the day, if you need just that midday boost, you'll be able to go right to it. get a quick 15-minute shot that is going to just, elevate your experience throughout the day, boost your faith. And I'm really, really excited about it. So be on the lookout for that as well. And then I'm going to ask everybody that is watching this, again, whether you're catching this live or you're catching this in replay, to do me a favor. And if you have not yet joined the Mighty 700 Facebook group, I'm going to ask you to do that. The Mighty 700, you can just search the Mighty 700. And when you get to that Facebook group, go ahead and just follow that page. We're going to be doing some pop-up prayer time, some pop-up just prophetic experiences right from that page in the very, very near future. And so I'm asking you all to please make sure that you're connected with that, because there may be a time where we go live in that space as opposed to the regular Facebook group here. And I don't want you to miss out on that experience. Now, for those of you who do not know what that is, you're going to be seeing more information coming down the pipeline with that, because we are relaunching that this year as well. But the Mighty 700 is a vision that I have undergird my senior leader, my bishop, my pastor with, on raising up 700 prayer warriors across this nation and around this world that are committed to and designated to cover each of the prayer watches, so that throughout the year, every single day, we have somebody that is on the wall in intercession 24/7. And so when we first launched this, we were able to launch this in the capacity where we toured over 40 plus cities all across the nation and even international, where we came and brought these prayer revivals to these different locations. And we were able to connect with these ministries and the people that are in those areas and grow this Mighty 700 family. And we're excited to get back in the saddle and do it with a new vision that God has given us to do it from. So super excited about that. Hey, Mr. Sebastian, so good to have you on here, sir. Always glad to see your name pop up. I hope all is well with you. And to those names that I have not seen that are coming in, good morning to you all as well. So please do that. Do me a favor. Please go to the Mighty 700 Facebook page. Make sure that you join and like that group as well. And then, of course, as you all have seen, we are getting ready to celebrate our 25th year anniversary. Kingdom Life Ministries International, the Church of the Seven Mountains, has been impacting not only our local Great Lakes Bay region, but has impacted our state and has impacted our world right from the heart and the headquarter campus of Saginaw, Michigan for the last 25 years. Hey, Sister Tamika, so good to see you on here. And so if you are anywhere in the area between July 5th through the 7th, please make sure that you get a chance to pop in on one of our exciting and definitely services that are going to give you a new experience. Friday night, we are kicking off with what we call a homecoming night. So all of the previous members, current members, anybody that has been touched and influenced by Kingdom Life Ministries International the last 25 years, we are asking you all to come and join us on Friday night for the official opening and service called Homecoming, where we will be having none other than Bishop Marvin Winans himself, who is going to be with us in service on Friday. And then Saturday, we have our brunch with our bishop, and it's just our time for us to gather together in a fellowship celebratory mode. Saturday, we are kicking off at our normal Sunday, we are kicking off at our normal 9:45 a.m. service. And then we are having a conclusionary service for our official Founders Day on Sunday afternoon, where our Bishop Don W. Shelby Jr. will be coming for us in that service as well. So if you are in the area, make sure that you get in the building for sure. And if you are physically not able to get into Michigan, make sure you catch us and support us online as well. It's going to be a great time. Okay. I will repeat those announcements towards the end. If anybody is catching this second half of this little broadcast this morning, just to recap that. But I want to dive into today, because I think it's important, again, going back to the conversation of vision. Okay. I want to talk to you about the top three pitfalls of vision. When we dispel the top three pitfalls of vision, we're able to really reignite certain things back into our vision. And many of us, even throughout this year, throughout 2023, 22, 21, 20, since really the embarkment of this pandemic that has swept through our nation, which we call COVID, vision has been a little rough, right? It's been a little challenging. It's been difficult. And when I say vision, I'm talking about overall. Some of you on here today may have a vision for a ministry, a business, a life, right? A vision for yourself, something to accomplish. And whatever that is, there are certain things that we have just let kind of stand in the way of the fulfillment of this vision. And there's three primary things that I want to talk about this morning that are really the pitfalls to that vision. Number one, let's go ahead and dive right into it. If you're taking notes, feel free to write this or go back, on this live and catch this in replay. But for sake of time today, because I want to only be on here for a few minutes, I want to just dive right into this. Okay, so number one is devalue. Okay, we're talking about the pitfalls to vision. Number one is devalue. In other words, we don't take our vision serious. Well, how can you say that? It's my vision. I love it. This, that, and the other. That's all fine and dandy, right? But the perception of our vision sometimes is a little skewed. It can be a little off, right? When we hear things like we have 20/20 vision or I have really good vision, those are great things to be to share accolades and stuff with, right? But if we're not perceiving, or in other words, if we're not viewing our vision from the right angle, sometimes we don't know how to place the proper value on it, right? So I have glasses, as you all can see, and it's crazy because my wife, who does not have glasses, we can stand in line, and order some food, or we'll be at a coffee shop or something like that, and she can see the menu as crystal clear as possible, better than what I can see the menu with my glasses on, right? And so it's not that both of us don't have vision, because we do, right? It's just mine based on the perception or based on the angle of the ability of my sight. She tends to have a little bit more of a crystal clear aspect with this. So there are times where I ask her like, hey, can you read that section to me, or what does that say or whatnot? And probably do need some updated glasses and a prescription change and this, that, and the other. But in order for vision to come back in alignment, that's what it requires, is sometimes a prescription change. Right? In order for us to see with clarity, it requires us sometimes to change our glasses to get an updated prescription level. And if that's needed, that's fine, right? But until we get things into a crystal clear viewpoint, then we don't know sometimes how to value what is really on the menu of our vision if we do not see it with clarity. Right? Now, how do we know we house this? We know we house this because, number one, it causes us to look past the purpose of your vision. And if you are on here today catching this live or catching this in replay, and I hope that for those of you that are on here, that you just do me a favor and share this video or tag some people in this video that needs a reignition of their vision today. Because so many times we let life just kind of, we walk through it and we walk past the doors of opportunity, and we walk past the fundamental elements that are required for successful building because we don't understand the purpose of our vision. So if I'm standing back at that menu concept again, right, and I don't understand what's on the menu, then I don't understand the purpose of the menu. Is it food? Is it drinks? Is it combos? Is it specialty stuff? Is it seasonal stuff, right? I don't know what the purpose of that menu is unless if I can see it clearly. And that's how we operate with the vision of our businesses. That's how we operate with the vision of our ministries, of our lives, is that when we don't have proper value, or we have allowed our vision to be devalued, it will cause us to look past the purpose of our vision. Okay. When we look past the purpose of our vision, though, and here's the danger of that, it's difficult to stay committed. Hey, sister, B, good, so good to see you on here today. It's difficult for us to stay committed when things get hard, because we forget our why. We forget why we're doing what we're doing, right? And so, hey, God bless you, Brother Cooper. So good to have you on here this morning. So good to see your name. Thank you for joining. Do me a favor, for all those that are coming in, if you get an opportunity, please share this broadcast, tag somebody in this today, because I have a goal to help as many people as possible reignite a vision today. Okay. And so when we devalue our vision, it causes us to look past the purpose of our vision. And when we do that, it puts us in a position of danger, because we're not able to stay committed when the things get hard, when times get tough, when things get difficult. It challenges the level of commitment to our vision, because we don't understand why, or sometimes we forget why we're doing what we're doing. Okay. So we've got to keep the vision in front of us. And here's how we overcome this. We start to align our plans with the vision. Okay. If it is anti-vision, then it has no spot. It has no place. Okay. So everything that we do, the plans, the things that we do moving forward has to be in alignment with the plans of the vision. Okay. So number one is devalue. We don't take it seriously. The second pitfall is we keep our vision superficial. Okay. You conceptualize what you think and want, or what you think you're supposed to want, rather than the meaning of the vision of itself. Okay. So we keep the vision superficial. How do we keep the vision superficial? Let me repeat that statement because it's a powerful statement. We conceptualize our vision according to what we think or want, or what we think we're supposed to want, rather than the actual meaning of that vision. Okay. So that's where sometimes our things, hey, Sister Sonia, so good to see you on here. God bless you this morning. That's why so many times, based on how we are raised and how we are developed and who we come into even in our adult years, right, is influenced by, our atmosphere and how we were developed and who we were around and this, that, and the other. And those elements plant seeds of how we think and how we operate and how we view things, right? And then all of that kind of tailspins into the development of a vision. So sometimes we develop a vision for our life or for our business or whatever we feel we're supposed to do based on the elements that were inside of our developmental phases of life, not based on what we're supposed to do with all of this, right? So a real vision sometimes takes time, okay? Not only to birth, but to conceptualize. All right. So don't sit here today and feel like I've got to hurry up, and make sure all my I's are dotted and T's are crossed, unless if it is what your vision is supposed to produce. If your life, if your business, if your ministry, if whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, if that thing is 100% your total, full, complete, perfect destiny for your life, then run with it. But if you don't know, then let vision conceptualize according to that perfect will, and let vision begin to be birthed according to that perfect will. And that may take a little time, and let's be okay with that. Right? So a vision must have an emotional investment to it. When we produce a superficial vision, it's easy just to put it on paper and put it up on the wall and talk about it and move in it, a little bit here and there, and take a few steps in it and this, that, and the other, but not really be committed to it, right? Not really be married to that thing, not really be like, okay, this is a part of what my life is supposed to do. And we wonder why we don't feel fulfilled, and we wonder why we don't feel accomplished, and we wonder why we don't feel like we are fulfilling what our life is supposed to be. There's got to be more to this. Absolutely. And the more is locked up in the vision. The more to this, when you say that statement, there's got to be more to this life. There is, and it is inside the vision, right? So if the vision that we have doesn't emotionally connect us to that feeling of this is it, right, then we've got to go back to the drawing board and take some time to conceptualize the real vision, so that we can actually be connected to it based on what the will is for our life, and not based on what we think, what we feel, what we know, or what we think we're supposed to know or want, right? So we have to have an emotional investment to the vision, okay? So number one, devalue. We don't take our vision seriously. Pitfall number two is we keep our vision too superficial. We've got to go deep. We've got to go deep, and we've got to know that this is it, and we've got to be married to it like our life depends on it, because guess what? For some of us, it does. Okay. Number three, pitfall is size deficiency. Vision size deficiency. Okay. Can I just drop this on you today and tell you that a small vision is a self-underestimation? Okay. Some of you need to write that down. Put it in your Facebook post or whatever you feel you need to do. But a small vision is a self-underestimation. Now, it's easy for us as people, as humanity, to gravitate and gear towards a smaller vision because we feel like it's easier to accomplish. We feel like We can get there faster, this, that, and the other. But the reality of it is that a small vision underestimates our internal potential. Okay. But we stay committed to a small vision more than we do anything else. Why? Because a small vision, listen to this, requires less sacrifice. Subconsciously, we know that because we know any level of success is going to require something that we've got to put some extra effort into. Any level of decent success is going to require us to go above and beyond, to take a couple steps further, to do something that has not been done before, right? Which requires a level of sacrifice. So if I have a smaller vision, I know there's going to be a less amount of sacrifice. Therefore, I'm more willing to do it, right? Size deficiency. Now, while a small vision may be easier to achieve, it will not allow you to put your best self forward. Okay. Now, some of you today, when it comes to your vision, needs to ask yourself, am I the best version of myself? Am I the best version of myself as a business person? Am I the best version of myself as a minister? Am I the best version of myself as a spouse? Am I the best version of myself as a parent? Am I the best version of myself as a child? And who in all the areas that I operate in, am I the best version of myself? And if I'm not, it's because I have a size deficiency of my vision. And I'm settling for something that is less than who I really am because I know it requires less sacrifice and I'm okay with that. Okay. Now, a real vision is sizable, right? And a sizable vision should 100% make you feel uncomfortable. Okay. It should require you to stretch and be challenged. So for those of you who may be watching this live today or in replay and are saying, you know, I'm having challenges with my vision. I'm having challenges with accomplishing this thing. I'm having challenges with doing this. And it's putting me in an uncomfortable spot. And it's causing me to stretch. And it's causing me to be challenged. Good. Now you know you're growing your vision past a size deficiency level. Because a sizable vision should 100% make you feel uncomfortable. A sizable vision should 100% require you to stretch. A sizable vision should 100% require you to be challenged. Okay? Now, why all of that? Because a vision births something that has never been done before. Okay? Every birth is a new experience that was not repeated in the past. Okay. Now, if there's any ladies on here today that have had multiple children, right, you know that there is a general process to birthing, right? The entire 9 months. Here's what happens. Here's what goes on. This, that, and the other. So the concept of birthing that child is the same, but the process is different for every child, right? That woman for that first child, that woman may be in labor for 12 plus hours. For that second child, that woman may, deliver that child immediately, right? One pregnancy, you may have a lot of morning sickness and just not feeling good and this, that, and the other. The second time, you may feel like you're on top of the world and good to go. Right? So every birthing experience is a different experience that has not been repeated in the past, which means that every time you go to produce something, you're doing that thing for the first time. Okay? Every new birth is a new experience which was not repeated in the past. Now, because it was not repeated in the past, that means that you're doing something different that has never been done before. And doing something different that has never been done before means that you have to do it in a sizable version. Okay. Again, that's why it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's why it makes you required to stretch. That's why it makes it somewhat of a challenge, right? Because there's growth. There's something new that follows behind that. There's a new birthing. There's a new experience. There's a new process. And when it's all said and done, there's something new that is left in the earth. Now, your vision does that for you. Your vision leaves something new in this earth that was not there before. And when it leaves something new in this earth that was not there before, right? and you're the one called to carry, and you're the one called to produce it. Okay. That's a heavy task, which is why we can't operate in a size deficiency of our vision just because there is a less sacrifice, right? When that woman gets pregnant, is about to have that child, she doesn't get the opportunity to request a less of a sacrificial process for birthing this child, right? It has to take a natural course. Now, the preparation of the fulfillment of vision is what is super key and important. And that is one thing that we miss. Now, this is not specifically in the notes. This is not part of the top 3, but I'm just going to drop this on you just because I sense that somebody needs to hear this today. But just as when that mother, conceptualized that child, and now you're going through that 9 months, that 9 months is a preparation period before the vision is fully produced. So what happens? You have gender reveal parties, and you have, people are buying diapers, and they're buying things that the mother needs, right? And maybe you take a room in the house, and now you're renovating that room and getting it ready for that baby. And, you're doing all of these preparatory efforts for the fulfillment of this vision. Okay. Now this is where faith comes into play, right? Because something is on the way, but you don't actually have it in your hands yet. And before you have it in your hands yet, you're painting that wall, right? You're collecting and putting together that crib. You're stocking up on diapers, right? So you're doing things in a preparatory mode because in a few months, I'm about to behold this promise. I'm about to see vision fulfilled. Now, during that process, absolutely uncomfortable, absolutely stretched, absolutely challenged, because it is a sizable vision. So my encouragement to you all today is this, right? Place proper value back on your vision. Take it seriously for what it is, okay? Go past the boundaries of a superficial vision. Get deep with it and get connected with it. And number 3, push past size deficiency in your vision for the sake of less sacrifice. Okay. Now today we have to recommit to moving past. Let me put it like this. Today we have to commit to remove past experiential expectations. Okay. Today we have to make a commitment to move past experiential expectations. Why are we doing this? We're doing this so that we can move forward in vision. If we do not remove past experiential expectations, we will move forward in our vision based on what we have experienced in the past. And to what you are called to do in this earth, that is not fair. So release it today. Okay? All right. So those are the 3 biggest pitfalls: devaluation, keeping your vision superficial, and size deficiency. So my encouragement to you today is to overcome these 3 things, and overcome these 3 things by keeping the vision in front of you and being in alignment with it, staying committed to those things and rediscovering your why, so that when things get tough and things get a little hard, you know how to overcome that and not get swept up in the tidal wave of chaos and confusion. Okay. Going past the superficial layers of our vision, conceptualizing the real meaning of it and connecting emotionally to it, and overcoming the size deficiency, letting things go that we know is easier to do because it requires a less sacrifice, but then understanding that in doing that, that means I'm not putting my best self forward, and I want to be able to do that. So I'm going to embrace the levels of uncomfortability. I'm going to embrace being stretched. I'm going to embrace being challenged because I know I'm producing something that has never been produced before. And then removing past experiential expectations so that we can move forward in the fulfillment of your vision. Okay? All right. Let me say a brief word of prayer. I'm going to recap these announcements for you real fast, and then we're going to let you go. 30 minutes in and out. Beautiful. Father in heaven, I thank you for all those that have watched today. I pray for those that may be struggling in vision, and I pray for those that may be wandering and wallowing in just the completion of a thing and doing something that they've never done before. So, Father, I pray today that you just reignite in them the vision, that you reconnect them back to the divine alignment of what they are called to do in their business, their life, their vision, and their family, and whatever is on their heart to accomplish today. I pray right now that anything that stands in the way, as we've gone through these main 3 pitfalls, I pray today that you bring value and allow them to see value back in their vision. I pray today that you allow them to understand and develop the big why and reconnect back with it. And I also pray today, Father God, that they just overcome size deficiency and reconnect back with the grandness of what you've called them to accomplish in this time and in this season. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, so real quick, again, the book and website announcement, almost there. Please remember, we redid the entire book. It took some time to do it, but we got there. 15 Minutes of Faith is also going to a podcast format, so be on the lookout for that, where you'll be able to get some of that information available. Please go to the Mighty 700 Facebook page and make sure that you like and follow that page. And then, of course, do not forget our 25-year anniversary is coming up. Kingdom Life Ministry International, the Church of the Seven Mountains. Oh my God, we are an incredible ministry that is impacting our community, our state, and our world for the last 25 years. And we are getting ready to do an incredible celebration July 5th to the 7th. July 5th, opening night on Friday night, is officially our homecoming night, where we are asking anybody, previous members, current members, anybody that has been impacted or touched by the vision and visionary of Kingdom Life Ministries International, our senior leadership as well, Bishop Alvernis and Pastor Chantel Johnson. Please join us on Friday night for the opening night, where Bishop Marvin Winans will be kicking us off for our celebration. And we have an incredible week that's in store. So make sure you check out the Facebook page. Make sure you check out mykllife.org for further information, and we will see you there. Until then, have a fantastic day. Get your vision back. Work that vision as best as you can.